Self-concept, mechanisms and developmental patterns of self-concept in adolescence. Someone's self-concept refers to the subjective evaluation someone has of their own traits. It encompasses descriptions of the self that cannot be directly observed. For example, self-concept is not whether you have brown or blue eyes, but it is about whether you're happy with the way you look, or whether you're nice or selfish. The Self-Concept project aims to understand the mechanisms of self-concept development by combining insights from neuroscience and behavior. The Self-Concept study is a sequential longitudinal study that combines hormone data, neuroimaging, behavioral experiments, behavioral observations, and questionnaires. To capture the dynamics of adolescent development, participants' ages range from 10 to 21 years at the first measurement wave. Participants of the main study visited us 3 times for a lab MRI visit. We followed up these waves with 2 additional questionnaire waves, which were administered during the pandemic. In each wave, we measured self-concept by letting participants rate themselves in different domains, regarding adolescents' academic traits, physical appearance, and prosocial traits, and rate how they thought their peers would judge them on these traits. We measured brain activation during these tasks using fMRI. This allowed us to examine developmental patterns of how adolescents think about themselves in different contexts, and what they believe others think about them. We also administered other tasks and questionnaires, for example, on self-esteem. This study also had some specific aims. For example, at each wave, we also administered a vicarious reward task for charity to gain more insight into the neurodevelopment of gaining for charity and how this relates to self-concept. We also had participants perform daily diaries and sleep assessments to get more insight in adolescents' day-to-day emotional and sleep patterns and how these related to brain development. There were 2 additional side projects related to the self-concept study. The first side project within the self-concept study followed a group of adolescents aged 16 to 24 years during their gap year, a year in which they quit school and focused on self-development. The goal was to study how programs aimed to improve self-concept are related to educational decision-making. Participants of the gap year study completed 2 lab MRI visits, once before and once after their gap year. Second, self-concept is thought to be a social construct that develops in interaction with others. But what happens when you have more trouble with social interactions than others? To study this, we also invited adolescents with a diagnosis on the autism spectrum to participate. They completed the same tasks in the scanner as the adolescents in the main study at one single time point. Given the richness of the self-concept data, I hope that the study can help resolve several of the burning questions related to self-concept in adolescence. For example, what defines the extent to which an individual takes others' opinion into account when evaluating themselves? And how does self-concept predict, for example, mental well-being, mood, emotions, and burnout complaints in the future? Of course, we'd love to share the results with you. Are you interested in collaborating on the self-concept projects or using the data? Please contact us. You can find a link to the metadata file describing all our measures here. This study was performed with a team of PhD students, postdocs, and collaborators.